Good morning, YouTube. Hopefully it's really well. Before I end this, I haven't even started yet. Before I carry on, then, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody, because this will be the last one before Christmas. We are on something like the 21st of December now, I think. Yeah, something like that. So, just a quick update and a quick warning, actually. So, in the UK, if you have a problem with medication, you can go to the NHS and do a yellow red card system, which only really covers the effects or any issues, not really issues with the product itself, because if you buy a pill and stuff like that, it's been manufactured and it's been gone over for so long that there probably isn't any issue with it. If you are a medical patient of the bud variety, I'm going to try and keep the word out of this video because it keeps getting monitored or demonetized, whatever you call it. So if you are a medical patient of the bud variety, you have got absolutely zero hope, joys, or getting anything resolved, as I'm currently finding out. So my last prescription, my last video, you found out that two out of the three of the products are absolutely shocking. The Noidex Humble Warrior and the Aurora's Dala Haze. You can see this, that's my coffee. It's that cold out here. So the only reason I complained about this flower is because I wanted to test the clinic. So I previously got a big batch. I got about 50 grams. Out of that batch, two just give me a blistering headache, which is, it's nothing to do with the weed, it's to do with me. Strains, every strain is different for every person. It may affect you differently, you may not get it, but I've been finding Kush, gassy dominant strains have just been giving me a blinding headache, and it takes away from the effects that they give you. What else did I get? So that was the LA Kush. Anyway, there's two of them. And then two of the others, which were Zukis and sour apples, were absolutely shocking. I mean, the sour apples was worse than the Zukis, but they were that bone dry that it was just unvapable. It was just like you got absolutely zero effect from zero properties from it. In fact, I've said it once and I'm going to say it again. The Aurora's T10 C10, which was borderline any good, actually had more effect on me than the Zukis, which was 20% THC. So that goes to show how dry and ineffective that was. I got a phone call in between a couple of prescriptions more and this last one, and I might have just passed a comment saying, you know what, I got them. They were generally all right, but two of them were absolutely shocking. And she's like, well, why don't you complain? I'm just like, well, I didn't realise that I could actually complain. And she went, yeah, if you've got a problem with the product, contact us, we'll send you an email, and all we ask is a description of the problem, a photograph of the tub with a name and flower and batch number and flower. So I was like, all right, if I knew that, I would have, sent it off. I would have sent you it back. And she never said anything then when I said that, until I got a problem. So I tested them with two products that I thought were unacceptable. And all I got back from them was like, I'm really sorry, just send us these pictures and we'll contact the suppliers. And I was like thinking to myself, why are you contacting the supplier? Realistically, you should be sending me a postage note, sending it back, and then you deal with it. And you have all the hassle, and you just send me a fresh batch of something else. No, the process goes, so if you're a UK medical user of the flower, bud kind, if you have an issue with the flower or the product you have been sent, what you have to do is do what I've just said, send the photographs off. They then contact the supplier, and then the supplier decides whether or not you're justifiable and whether there is an actual problem with that product. And that can take up to 20 days. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head whether it should all be sorted out within 20 days or that you've got to give them 20 days to reply to you and say yeah or nay, or here's another tub and stuff. And to be honest, I feel a bit sorry for Curaleaf in a way. I'm pretty sure they get it harder from somebody else, but I was so mad that I let rip at them. Not just at the pharmacy, at the clinic as well. I'll go into the clinic in a minute. But the pharmacy, I was just like, you're taking a piss. I'm a consumer at the end of the day. You have sent me a dodgy batch, but yet you are basically telling me you've got to wait for the supplier. Where is the I'm trying to think of the right word here, like your integrity. Like, where are you when something goes wrong? You are the front, you are the face of this company. What you should be doing is say, right, send it back to us and we'll sort it out with the supply, and we'll send you something, either send you the same tubs or something different at the same value. No, they are literally just a gateway. They are like this brick wall in front of the supplier. So realistically, all they are dealers. I mean, we knew that anyway, but they are literally just dealers, but are dealers that are looking after their pocket. Because if ever I've had a problem with black market stuff, and I've gone straight back to that guy and said, I'm not accepting this. This is shit. Unless it's like 10 bag matey down the road, and he's like, what do you expect? But if you've got a decent rep with a plug, he will sort you out, no problem. Whether that's just swapping it for something else, or he'll give you money back and you fuck off somewhere else. But yeah, I just found that very unappealing. Now this is where at the beginning of the video where I say to you, you've got absolutely no rights. Doing a quick Google brings up, it's basically up to interpretation, and it's up to their interpretation whether they accept the fact that you think it's rubbish or not. And what I've gathered from some information that I've looked at, and it's not a lot, because I've probably spent about half an hour looking, that 99.9% of the times you are wrong and the company is right, and you just have to accept it, which is a bit of a shame really, because you don't get to see what's in the pot before you get the pot and the quality of it. Go down to 10 buck matey down the road, you can see the big bag that it's dishing you out of, and you can look at it and make a conscious choice from there. And this is where it comes to effect of why buy 10 when you've never had this product before, because it could be absolutely crap and then you're stuck with it, which I think is absolutely shocking, really. It is what it is. It's pretty industry standard by the looks of things, but I think it's something that needs to change. That if they're sending product out and it doesn't meet standards, then you should be able to send it back. And there's another thing as well. One thing that the lady at the Curaleaf said was, have you opened it? And I was like, yes, because otherwise I wouldn't know how bad it was, would I? She went, they don't normally take it back if it's opened. I'm like, well, that's a bit stupid, because if I get a tub and go, I don't want it, and send it back, you're all right with that. If I've got a product, I've opened it, in fact it's either seedy, mouldy, just absolute trash, I can't send it back because I've opened it. But yet, how do I know what's in the tub and how good it is until I've opened it? Like, oh my God. So there is a long process. And just bear this in mind, guys, that if you are getting stuff from a clinic, you've got pretty much next to no rights to send it back. Well, I say no rights, you've got every right to send it back. It's whether they accept it back or not, that's a different matter. I did hear from somebody, I'm not seeing this myself, that on Curaleaf's website, somebody got some, I think it was Gorilla Glue, 30 grams of it. It came mouldy, I think, or seedy, one of the two. They sent it back and then never got a refund, which I think is a bit harsh. But hey, there we go. I don't know. It's just a review that I've just seen. So onto the clinic itself. I sent them an email because I was so frustrated, and I said to them, you need to phone me, or at least talk to me, because I'm not happy. I think I made the wrong choice of clinic. They come back with, well, what's wrong? I hope everything's okay. I'm like, yeah. So I'm just sick that the fact that your Formularity, half of it's out of stock, and it has been for months since I've actually joined you. Since I don't know how long it's been now. I've looked back in the first videos, and the other half of that is absolutely trash. And secondly, I was sold the subscription, which this is what really griped me. I was sold the subscription on the promise that I could choose which pharmacy I can get my flour from, and now I'm being told I can't. So that means your list has got even smaller for produce, which is a bit shocking, because 90% of the stuff that's on Curaleaf's Formularity is beta or gamma radiated, and I cannot stand that stuff. If you're gonna, I'm assuming the government has done this for two reasons. Obviously for safety reasons, to get rid of all pathogens and stuff, but two, is to stop people from enjoying it. Now, I'm a person that needs terpenes. I could quite happily have a lower THC and high terpenes than a high THC, no terpenes. I think it works better for me personally. But then somebody else in the comment might turn around and say, well, actually, I prefer gamma radiated or beta radiated. That's your choice. I think if I'm paying more than what I can get quality products from around the corner for, then it needs to be matching, if not better, far superior than that. The email I got back from them was, I'm really sorry that you feel this way. We try our utmost best to stock the things, but obviously things come in and out of stock all the time. I'm just like, yeah, but if that's been out of stock for months, you start looking somewhere else because you're losing sales. And they're saying that we try to get the top quality stuff and all that. And I was so furious, I just ignored them. Because I just thought there's no point replying to a generic reply because it will just get washed away. And I just thought to myself, in that email, there's absolutely nothing defending yourself that you missold me this subscription and that I can go to other dispensaries. So this is a quick update, 10 minutes down the line. I will, after Christmas, once I hear from them, hopefully, let you know what it's like. I still not tried the products because I physically don't want to. Because it's become a principal thing now, and I know if I send that back, they'll weigh it and they'll go, well, you're missing a gram or two, and I'll be just like, well, it's what you sent me, and it just goes down that rabbit hole, doesn't it? So have yourself a happy Christmas or a Merry Christmas and a good New Year. I'm going to sign off. I've got a couple of video ideas to do. Now I've just bought 2 budget vaporizers. Dry herb vaporizers to test out and review, and I think I'm going to go that way in respects of content. It is going to be a mixture of flower or prescriptions and vaporizers. I'm going to try and buy 1 to 2 vaporizers a month and do a review on them. Now obviously the more expensive they are, the less I'm going to buy every month. But these 2 are only like 30 and 35 quid each, so I've bought 2 just to get started. I've also got my own vaporizers that I use on a daily anyway, so I can do a review on them. But you'll probably realise that I'm a bit of a fanboy for Storz & Bickel if I show you the vaporizers that I've got, because that's all I currently own until these 2 turn up. Excuse me. So look forward to them, and hopefully they'll get some likes and stuff, because one thing I got, the consensus I got from doing the press video, when I showed you how to make the vape juice, is people were a bit miffed because I got that big press, and I'm not quite sure why people thought it was expensive, but it was less than 200 quid delivered. So, in my eyes, that £200 is a bit of a layout, but it is one of those layouts that I think inevitably will pay for itself, because I've already made so much rosin with it. Well, I say so much, I ain't made that much, it's not like a production or anything, but I made myself so much that if you count that for every 3.5 grams, I'm getting a gram of rosin-ish. And a gram of rosin sets you back anything from 50 to 80 quid a gram. It saves you a lot of money in the long run. So there we go. And that's the reason why I started picking the budget vaporizers. So have a good Christmas, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.